It's not a big deal. We can handle it.
Alright, man. Turn this thing down. We're here. We're doing it. We're booting up. Little Street Fighter. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in this lovely world. Here's the word. I can't move in this game. Okay? We're gonna, frame one. Frame one, we're gonna hit it. Okay? With that said, is there anyone who wants a review? Don't necessarily want to touch this game at all right now. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want the season 3. You feel me? So, yo, Huey, what's good? Schnaz, what's up with you? You know? I'm just saying, a young man can be honest, can't he? A young man can be honest. That's gonna get banned, man. Let's play this. Okay, and we play Aki again. Alright, let's walk it up. Let's walk. Yay. Alright, Schnaz, I got you. We'll do that. You gonna get hit by everything? Okay. Okay. Last guess. Okay. Lovely mash. Because when we didn't succeed the first time, let's press it again, I suppose. Will he DI me? No. He didn't DI me. Yay. Yep. Slow down. No. So how does it feel? With all that said, I don't mind getting into things. I ain't gonna lie. It took a day. Okay, it took a day to readjust my mind to this. Nothing like good old fireball to ride rush. Am I right? Yes, sure. Some fireball to ride rush. Yup, some good old fireball. Oh, and tap parry to make it feel nice and warm on the inside. Yup. You gonna nice. Just a body. Yes, no. That's insane. Nice. All right, we got that hit. Yay. Keep things simple for yourself. sometimes I really gotta question the things that occur in this game. Ay. Honestly, like at this point, bro, I'm gonna be honest. At this point, like sometimes I really be forgetting, bro. Like people really be getting hit by like the simple stuff, bro. People really be getting hit by the simple stuff. So like I understand, I really do understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's just like, all right, man. Like, okay, okay, okay. Damn, W Mash, I guess. Wish it was, we kind of wish we was on the City of the Wolves type beat. Because if it was City of the Wolves, you know what I mean? That's a punish. But hey, oh, okay. I'm just saying, hey, not me, just if it was City of the Wolves would be a punish. Yeah. You gonna press it again? Interesting choice. Yeah, at this point, bro, like, why not top parry, bro? Why not top parry, right? Let's just check to see if you have those. Yeah, man. Listen, I can't run. All right, man. Be easy, don't know. Be easy. We'll holler at you later. You know what I mean? What a game we play. Thank you. Sure, I got you. I didn't get the rest of it. I pressed that immediate punch before it. I'm not really familiar with fighting games, but I want to get good. That is a great mentality to start off with. So sure, we can help you out. Yeah, see, you can't be pressing like that. Yeah, you think you're the only one who has drive rush low forward? Oh my gosh. You think the only one on this earth that has drivers low forward? Huh? We have it too. We just don't have low forward drive rush. It's a little different, but hey. Drop that thing for me. Ooh. You didn't press it in time. No, let's not do that. Oh, what a babe. Jump. I almost spent it. Nice. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'm dead. Smile. I like, you know what I mean? I want to do things, bro. Like my fault. I forgot, man. Like I gotta beam pull up, bro. Beam pull up. Sit there. We gonna walk our problems out. You just gotta be a beam pull, man. Yo. Unfortunately, I keep having to fight this character, and I really gotta wonder why this keeps happening to me. I hate fighting this character. Okay, fine. You win. You win, brother. You win, brother. You know, we could be, we could be dynamic, but you win. We sit there. It's me doing that, yo. Probably. We'll take the cozy health from you, deplete your health bar, So now at this point in the game, we are watching his meter closely. The reason why we were watching the meter closely is because if his drive gauge is low, I could decide to chip him. It also indicates what he's going to try and do off of those instances, i.e. his gauge is low, so he does not want to have to block, especially not my standing heavy kick. Because the more you block the standing heavy kick, the more drive gauge damage it does, and the less you can actually move / play the game. Yeah, man. Come here. Yo. What happens now? You jump? Yo. Does it seem a little tactless to dash into DI? Yes. However, if you think that your opponent's gonna just do that, yeah, I did that once. See, I did the ooh. Oh. Keep walking back. Now you're dead. Like I said, it's all about readjustments. I'm gonna give him one more. If I win or lose, I'm gonna leave. Sweet Talking Pig, what's your CFN? After this one, I'm win or lose, I go in, okay? Wow. Keep going for that option. It wouldn't kill, so I'm not gonna bother with it. Generally, they're waiting for me to whiff a button. If they start getting a high level, they'll like neutral jump. If they get punish countered, they get punish countered. But if not, you're not ready for that one yet. Nice. You think I'm not gonna tap parry again? Ow. My health bar. Yep. Yay, just a sliver enough. Just a sliver enough. Sweet Talking Pig, what's your CFN? Drop your CFN. Let's do it. If not, schnoz. Okay, cool. Got it. Let me grab my epic pen. Sorry, my friend. I gotta get going. Alrighty, Sweet Talking Pig. Let's see what your situation's at. Let's grab this. Boom. Paste. Boom. What are we working with? Silver Manon, huh? Okay, so it looks like we starting from the big basics, which is again all good by me. Okay. Modern Manon. So let's look at a game that, okay. Let's look at a game that you lost. Doesn't look like you played too much. Okay, let's look at this one. More than likely, I'll only need one game to kind of see what you need to improve on, but I'll grab the second just in case. Let's see here. Boom. Where is my drawing tool? Drawing tool is active. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Wham. All right, we're ready. So, to preface this, let's start off this way. When you're at this rank, when you're in like that bronze, silver level, it's a lot of acknowledging what's happening in the game and not panicking. So while you're at this stage in the game, a lot of things are going to be very new to you. A lot of the things that are going to be like kind of intimidating, because some things might do more damage. Some things might kind of influence you to go into a certain direction and make your heart jump and make you, sorry, not jump, but more so race. And when your heart is racing, you're like, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this. And there's not really a methodical flow to what you're doing. So at this point in the game, I'm going to call out the things that you should be aware of, especially when you're fighting this character. Okay, so that's how I'm going to approach it. I'm just letting you know. Okay, let's start there. Okay, round start slide comes with its own degree of risk, because I'm sure, as you know, if the opponent happens to block it, it is a very big punish, right? It gives them pretty much any punish that they would want across the board there, right? So just be a little bit more mindful when you rip the option. I get that the option is alluring because it is a very fast low option. I'm sure it catches nearly all of your opponents off guard. However, it is something to keep in mind that while it is a fairly fast low, it also comes with huge risks, and sometimes taking that risk is not necessarily worth what you might lose. Let's say you just walk back here and chill. You lose 0 health. Hold on. Why's my color off? Why is my color off? Hold on. Why my color off? Hold on, why my color off? There you go. Okay, cool. This is much better. So let's suppose in this instance if you just walk back off of this instance, you lose 0 health. Okay. In the case that you decide to spend it and they block, you lose like this much. You lose about this much. Yeah, the opacity was a little bit funky, right? So as opposed to losing no health, right, you now lose a chunk of your health. Now, why this matters is that everything tallies up, right? This health could have been the game changer later on in the match, right? Having this available. So keep this in mind when you're dropping this option. This is just something that I want you to keep in mind while you're playing the game, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I want to call this one out, but so something to keep note of, right? The way you approach it, right? Unfortunately, the way you're approaching it right now is that you're afraid. Right now, you're afraid of your opponent doing this to you. That's why you're walking back. But my question to you now is that when you start off the game, are you starting off the game assuming they're going to pop this option? And why? This is the type of mindset that you have to go. And this is not just like a silver thing. This is across the board. If you're in a matchup and you knock someone down, why off of the first guess are you assuming that they're going to DP you? Have they shown you that skill set? Have they shown you that they're willing to do something like that? Now, if they've shown you that they're willing to do an option like that, that's when we can be more cautious. Outside of that, we don't necessarily have to be. So instead of going for an option like that, right, simply just, I forgot this thing. So simply going for a back heavy punch or even just like a jab off of this instance is perfectly fine, right? Eventually, we'll get to the point where we can react off of this, right? Eventually, we'll get there. But generally, we'll use different options like stand jab. This, if you wake up and you hit them with a stand jab, it checks them in place. Or alternatively, we can go for the option you went for. Oh, wait. There it is. Okay. Eesh. That's the timing. Hold on. Let's go a bit back. Let's go back after you get the sweep here. There you go. Right after you get the sweep here. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Right, let's say you even miss it. Right, it gives you more than enough time to react. Right, let's say you don't react. Right now we're not gonna expect that out of you. At the very least, it allows you to block afterwards. Right, gives you the chance to block. Even if you go for the follow-up, you can still get the punish here, you know. So modern combos is a watch for me, but don't be afraid to go for this option, right? You backed off, and that's why I made it a little bit of an awkward conversion right afterwards. But if you're more confident in your play, don't automatically assume they're gonna wake up reversal on you, right? Don't automatically assume that. They have to show you this option before you assume that that's what they're gonna go for. You feel me? Bob, yeah. Okay. See? So one thing I'm going to challenge you, you're getting hits. This is good. One thing I'm going to challenge you to start doing is after your hits, don't always walk back. What you're trying to do is to avoid getting woke up on, but the thing is that the button that you're following up with is not the button that you're supposed to go for. Okay? Yep. Okay. This is the button that is actually very easy to hit confirm. So one thing that I want you to practice, right? You have a very large window after this. Okay? So you don't need to commit to the option immediately afterwards. Okay, so what do I mean by this? If you recognize the fact that you didn't hit, you don't need to go for the follow-up, right? We hit the button. We notice it hits, there's a large window, right? See how there's such a large window of delay? You have more than enough time, okay? Don't automatically think you have to do it every time. Look for when it hits and then pull. Doesn't take too much practices. You can practice in the range as well, where you set the opponent's guard to random. So what'll happen is that at random points it'll guard versus at random points it'll just hold the strike, right? So then that way you can practice pulling them in versus going for this option. The fears are understandable though. Akuma be doing stuff. Now it's seemingly in control. So here's the first time that he actually. Yes, it does. But I'm also not going to ask them to react just yet. We'll get to the point where we're reacting. Granted, they are a modern player. However, I want them to build that up. Okay. So remember that risk I was talking about? This is where it shows its head, right? If we didn't risk this, right, you're down here. If we didn't risk this decision, we was chilling. However, because we decided to do this, especially on their wake up option, they're not trying to block. Okay, see this? See this? Right? Even think about yourself. When you get in a situation where you're in the corner, do you want to block? No. This is the area that you're at currently. We can take advantage of this, knowing that they do not want to block, by simply doing something that's non-committal, but will also allow you to react to things that are happening in the game. What are options like this? This is why using your stand light jab is very good, because number one, if they happen to hold up on a situation, it allows you to get into those spaces and check them for trying to hold up. If they try to mash with their crouch jab, which is their fastest normal, then it also beats that option. If they try to wake up DI, like in the beginning of the match, we can also blow up that option as well. Even if you don't react to the DI, at the very least, you won't get punished for it unless you're continually mashing. But even then, three jabs will blow up DI anyway. So just something to keep in mind. We don't need to take this amount of risk, right? This is the exact thing that I was talking about earlier. If we didn't take this risk, we wouldn't be losing this much health, right? Like I said, about approximately around the same health that we did take. Okay, pull, that's cool. I'm also gonna show you the little trick, okay? You wanna know what the trick is? I'm gonna show you. Okay? Generally, I think we're good. I have a good idea of what you need to practice. Number one, first thing and foremost, you need to be more confident on offense. Right now, you're afraid. So that is fine. That's generally where you're gonna be when it comes to your silver play. However, we're going to start working on your confidence. Start getting into those spaces, being more confident with your play. How do we do this? Right? If your opponent DI, let's give you a rule, okay? If your opponent wake up EXDP, so if they choose this option on wake up twice, now you can start walking back, okay? That's the rule I'm going to set for you. If they do that twice, then you can start trying to walk back. Before then, I want you starting your pressure, okay? So let's say we get this option here. Right? I want you starting like that, okay? Why do we want to start this way? Because if your opponent, upon wake up, tries to mash here, right? They get hit. Right? They get hit here. Oh, conversely, right? If they try to vertical jump, aka hold up on a situation, they get hit. Right? If they try to drive impact, right? We can break it. Right? We can also react to it. Right? We can kill him. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying start your pressure like this, okay? Conversely, you can also start doing stuff like this. So what ends up happening is that when your opponent gets knocked down here and they block the first hit, they're thinking something else is coming, right? They're not looking to mash immediately afterwards. So what you can do is use your heavy command grab to get in those spaces and kind of sneak in a little extra damage there. You feel what I'm saying? That's why the power of stand jab is particularly good. Eventually, I'm going to have you here where we're drive rushing and doing the jab. Now it makes it a lot even harder for them, right? We can also decide to start sliding in options like that as well and keep ourselves plus in a certain way. So again, when you knock down your opponent, right? Jab. Okay? That's how we're going to be. The next thing. Right, you're on modern controls, which means doing this is just forward and special move, right? Doing this option is forward special move. So, if you see your opponent, let's see here. If your opponent is constantly going for an option like this, if you see your opponent constantly going for an option like this blows it up. Okay, so it's an option that's good to blow it up with. There are a couple of follow-ups that you can do off of this instance, right? After this, we can go for a grab, does fairly good damage. If you feel as though you don't want to go for that option, you can also go for the kicks as well. If you're close to a kill, you can also go for this option as well. If you're close to a kill. These are all the sorts of things that will start to slowly make sense to you, but I'm just introducing you to these options. On top of which, when you're going for your offense, let's say we've expired using the jab for all of our offense here, okay? Let's suppose that's the case. Off of this situation here, right? This is a very good situation to be in. Most people, some silvers except, most people know the overhead is coming. This is an overhead. You cannot block this low, right? So what ends up happening is that your opponent holds back in order to guard the overhead. So if they're going to do that, right, what we can decide to do is not do anything, right? Why do we just choose not to do anything? Because we can do the command grab immediately afterwards. Because right now they're thinking about, oh shoot, the overhead is coming. I'm gonna try and block that, right? I'm gonna try and block the overhead. Because what happens if I try to press? Because if they try to mash here, they get hit, right? And you get the whole route. If they try to mash here, they get hit. So they're like, okay, I'm not gonna mash anymore, right? In these instances, that's when you can start using this option, right? That's how we're going to mix up our opponent. That's how you're going to get a lot of value. But I'm going to show you the secret that after like month 2, it dawned on me that people, especially in the metal ranks, is not thinking about. What do I mean? This alone is the cheat code. Okay, it is a cheat code. I'm not lying to you. I swear by it. You do this, you're just going to collect, not MR, what is it? LP. You're going to collect LP. And I'm not playing with you. This option, people don't know what to do about it. So one thing to note is that you're going to have to practice this, okay? Make sure you notice the counter hit here. The reason why the counter hit is happening is because you're doing it correctly. If you're doing it incorrectly, you're going to get interrupted like you're seeing now, right? So, most people are not going to try and mash off of this instance, right? We can take advantage of this. That's how we're going to get there. Okay? That's how we're going to take advantage of it. You still get hit by that master? I'm telling you. It is very simplistic in nature. However, it is very effective. Once you get a little bit higher and a little bit better, you start sliding this in. That's when we really start getting some crazy stuff in there, right? But we're not going to talk about that then. So the main things that I want you to focus on is number 1, being more assertive. What do I mean by assertive? I mean, when you have a knockdown, why are we walking back? Don't walk back, walk into them. If they DP you 2 times in a row, right? That's when we're going to start walking back. If they DP you once, don't do it till like the following round or the following game. You still go for your offense. If they DP you, EX DP you twice in a row, then you start baiting. Up until that point, I don't want you doing that. Because otherwise, you're going to get into a bad habit. Oh, that. You get into a bad habit, and then from there, it's just pretty much cooked. That is my advice to you, okay? Be more aggressive, be more assertive. Do not fall for the idea of what a character can do versus what the player is doing in front of you. Be more confident. Look for the options that are being shown to you, right? Talked about this one right here. If we know that he likes gravitating towards this option, sit there and wait for it. The moment he does it, the moment he hits the air, we're ready for it. That's one of the benefits of using Modern, is that you don't necessarily have to devote too much time to it. However, you're in the early phases. So keep that in mind, right? If you see your opponent consistently jumping at you, because a lot of characters don't have options against this, you're going to keep doing air fireball, keep doing that option. All right, cool. Try an air fireball again, and then we're ready for it. Okay? Those are my tips for you for now. Once we get a little bit more comfortable, we can always review your matches later on, but that's generally what I want you to start focusing on for now. Okay, appreciate the time, my brother. Appreciate the time. Schnaz, I think you's up. By the way, if there's anyone who's interested in a review, just put your CFN in the chat. Schnaz, where you at? Am I blind? Schnoz, where you am I blind? Do I have you added, Schnoz? Am I tripping? I might be blind, I ain't gonna lie to you. There we go. There we go. 1581, honestly, beginning of the season, 1581 is pretty solid. It's pretty solid work. Pretty solid. You fought Don Cheadle. And you beat Don Cheadle. But you lost to this jury. Damn. Lots of juries on there, huh? Why did she 2-0 you? Why did she 2-0 you? You don't have me added. Gasp. For shame, sir. For shame. Alright. Ooh, a Canadian jury? Yeah. Okay, she just dropped the combo. Cool. Yeah. Pop, nice catch. What was this? What was this? This is a good catch. You buffered. Damn. Brother, you, like, I ain't gonna lie, she woke up. That, okay, this was you still in the moment. I'm not gonna lie, you gotta react to a drop a little bit faster than that at this point, bro. You're at a point in the game where you should ideally be reacting to a mess up a little bit quicker, because you was still in combo mode. Nice. Ooh. That's true. Misrange to space. Boom. Yeah, I got all that. One thing that might be a little bit helpful here is that if you know it's coming, hold on, try and parry it. Because if you're successful, you get the punish, right? Or at least you catch them off guard. Right? And you know that in this instance, she can't exactly throw you, right? Even if she tries to walk up or dash, in this instance, she can't really do it, right? Perfect parry. Perfect parry. So in this instance, it doesn't hurt you to go try and go for a perfect parry into a crouch jab bash. And let's say you even parry out the situation, you get quite a bit of drive gauge back, right? Off of that instance, you went from 1 bar to 3. Just because of the autopilot here. Please. Please. There you go. Is it not this? Oh. Wait. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I always forget. You could honestly even go for a crouch jab drive rush. But either way, this is sufficient enough, right? Blows them back, puts them back full screen. They have to deal with you, right? We've already seen, quite frankly, that this opponent is very drive rush heavy. Ooh. Yeah. It happens. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Okay. Drive a jab, goes for a wrestle jab. Nice tag. Nice. Almost burnt out. Focus on the burnout. Got the burnout. Not necessary. No. Honestly, really not necessary. Because I think here it takes away from your killing potential here. Right? Yeah, this is perfect. You just bully them. A little bit short of that. Ooh. Uh-oh. This is definitely losable. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. One button into Feng Shui. Oh, okay, yeah. Like, this is one button into Feng Shui into yikes. But that would require them to commit and also know how to use Feng Shui. Okay. Heavy. Put it up. We've already seen him either after this, we've already learned the knowledge, right? When he's full screen like this, he wants to at least make it to around this range, right? He wants to make it here. Why does he want to make it here? It makes it easier to follow up the drive rush, right? Makes it easier for him to roulette a jump, right? Or simply try to go for playing neutral in this space, right? Makes it easier to play neutral here. He wants to skip this part. Why does he want to skip this part? Because this part requires him to walk, right? He doesn't want to walk. He doesn't want to walk. It's very evident he doesn't want to walk here. So if he doesn't want to walk here, he's just going to try and skip it. We've seen him do that 3 times when you blew him back full screen. So if this is the case, when you go for this option here, you pop that. You've caught him, what, twice already? Popping it immediately? Because he keeps trying to dash into this space, right? Oh, wow. He wants to drive rush at you, right? Let's say he gets the dash, right? You're chilling at a range where you're in the perfect... Oh, you already popped that, huh? You popped it late. You saw him dash, you tried to pop it. The drive rush kind of cooked you. Okay. This is good. Watch out, the drive reversal. No drive reversal. Yep. No Omega Sweat is blocked. No one but Omega Sweats is blocking that. You got to do it twice. You do it one more time. 3 more times. Hey, you got hit here. He's gonna drive rush at you. What did we press? I'm not sure why we're pressing jab here. Stand jab? Not sure. Right? Drive rush jab. Off of drive rush jab, you know the rest is coming. Right? Now, granted, the alpha this situation is a guess, but instead of going for a jab here, I would either A, try to go for a defensive option, and you technically have this option on deck. Hold on. Was it? You have this option. Did we forget about this option? Right? Because if we're in an area that you feel like he can go for a throw or a strike, we have that available to us, right? This is an option that we have available to us, so why not use it? Right? Maybe we won't always use the EX version, but it's definitely on the table. And once again, blows them back full screen where they can't play the game, right? Jury's range is the mid screen and the up close game. She does not, I repeat, she does not want to be full screen. That's the place where she has no value, right? So if you can deny her and keep her here, that's where she has the least amount of value. When she's in this state, she's going to want to be out of this state as quickly as possible. That's when we get super committal options. That's also when we get punishes for the committal options that they're going for. I was trying to steal a turn. I find I mash a lot when my mental is weak. That's when we gotta tighten up the mental. That was a good. This is a better option. right? You got hit here the first time, same thing, situation came up, went for parry. This is cool. I'm okay with this. And all right, you didn't press anything. You crossed up. You didn't press anything. You didn't press anything. All right. Oh. Right. We didn't press anything. We didn't press anything. Right? We didn't press anything. That's definitely a situation where ideally in an ideal world, that's where we press, right? But again, it can definitely differ. I'm not gonna lie to you. Going for the empty jump, I'm not sure what you was looking for here. This was definitely a situation where we fall with the light kick, right? We know that the light kick crosses up nice. We could go for a little crouch jab into throw situation. We could just go for a throw outright. We had a couple more options, but by just doing a cross up empty, perhaps your goal was to leave the corner and just solely leave the corner. But even then, it's just wasn't the greatest of options, right? Better options, just land with get the jump kick cross up into a situation where they have to guess. Go. Didn't think we'd have to talk about this. Didn't think we had to talk about it, but it's okay. We'll move forward. We should be anti-airing. I have no idea why we're not. My brother, eyes open, eyes open. Why are you asleep, brother? I need you awake, bro. Okay? You do the thing. You pop it. Cool. What are they doing every time? Uh-huh. I don't want to be here. I'm gonna dash. Uh-huh. Every time. Every time. He's dashing every time. Check him. Pop that pimple. Is this it? What was it? What was this thing? What's the input for this? What's the input for this? What's the input for this? What's the input for it? Listen here. What's the input for this, man? Quarter circle QC. QC. Oh, goes over back heavy punch? Okay. Pop that pimple. They don't want to play the game with you. Pop that pimple. Ain't no way. Listen here, Sonny Jim, you're not gonna be flying at me. Okay? Even if, let's say we don't pop it. Like, check him. Check that fella. If he's gonna keep rushing at you, check that fella. You have a good stand light kick. You have a even better crouch and medium punch. Check that fella. You know what I mean? So let's say you want to pop that pimple. Pop it right, you get hit. What are you going to do now? Back in the same situation. Eventually, he'll learn that he has to what? He can't just keep dashing into spaces. He can't keep jumping into spaces thinking that's going to work. Pop that pimple. Hmm? Oh, that's good. Okay, how will we? Oh, shit. Here, I think you might have delayed tech, but no, we just went for throw, a big man throw. That's something. We went for a big man throw. Huh? We said no, we're gonna tag. It's not PC, it's CH, which means we go for a crouching medium punch instead. Nice. Check him. Yes. Check him. No. 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 Why? Why? DM. This does not mean direct message. This means drive management. Why? What? Let's look at this responsibly, okay? You have this much health left. They have this, okay? This indicates to me that while I have slightly more health, it's not by much. The more important resource is the drive gauge. So my question to you, young schnoz, is if you have less drive gauge but more health, who do you think wins? But more health but overall similar health. Who wins? You gotta ask yourself this question. And then muscle memory cooked you afterwards. But here's the thing. What you getting hasty for? End your turn. What you getting hasty for? Let's run it back. Okay, we popped the pimple. We're keeping them in check. This is good. I like this. We check them. We check them with Ghost. Make sure they have to respect Ghost. You could throw DI in that situation. You could throw DI if you had meter. You could throw DI if you had meter. So, you activate your portals. Cool. We eating good. You activate the teleport. Be sneaky Jim. Okay? Here, we gotta sometimes force them to throw. Right? How often have we shown the option of throw? The answer is not very much. Why is this important? This is important because now in situations like this, we're in second game, first round, do we have data on how they like to delay tech or how do they like to do their defense? How much data have we built thus far? That's why throwing earlier in the match shows you the data that we want to see earlier on. Boom. Okay, you got this. You got the cross jab. Even then, I probably would have done, a little cheeky business. Right? We got this. Boom. Check. Why? Because they're perfectly aware there's a portal over their head. So they're thinking that option is more than likely going to be the option that's going to come out right after your first button. But if we sneak in the throw early, hold on. We sneak in the throw early, we check our opponent, boom, we're in the greatest situation we can be, right? Obviously, we gotta get this right. There we go. Right? Oh, what is it? Oh, I'm getting quite lucky here. Right? We throw them, we check them, right? We throw them, we check them. Why? Because every single time they've been trying to wake up dash. So then we throw them. Either A, we check them with Pierce, or we put up portals once again. Now they're in the same situation. They're far away from you. They have to take their own sets of risks to get the game. They can't just rush at you doing all willy-nilly at this point in the game. right? But just an option to keep in mind, right? Don't forget that throw is one of your strongest tools to open up your opponent, especially when you're close to them. Oops. Nice. Put him back. Dash. See? Just check a fella, bro. Check him. Check a fella, bro. Check that fella, bro. He keeps trying to do that. That was like day one stuff, bro. Check that fella. He can't play the game there. What are you about to do at that range? If you pierce him, the most he gets is a dash afterwards, but even then, he's still not at the range that he wants to be at. Good. Good. Okay. A lot of resource, but it's okay. Ooh. Okay. Boom, boom. Slide up. Off of this is a hard situation, no lie, because it definitely strikes you as a situation that you feel as though it's definitely a situation where you feel as though something is coming, right? Even then, it's tricky. Super? I don't know. Had to be done. I respect it. Had to be done. Boom. Now correct me if I am wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. But check that fella, bro. What are you about to do? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is GG's. I'm not approving of the use of portal here. This could have landed very badly. It could have in very small situations, but if you have the chip out, go for your chip out. Uh-oh. Stock. Yep. Okay. Nice. Will you take advantage or yes? Take advantage. That's good. Put up. Okay, that's a good check. You gotta start. You gotta start extending heavy punch those, man. Those are free damage into setup, right? This is free damage into setup. You got the right thing. This is all about being more cognizant of the situations around portal, right? If you get that spare air juggle, we know that we should be going for a standing heavy punch. Why? Again. Cannot be understated. We'll talk about this till the cows come home. DM. No, we're not talking about Instagram autos. DM. Drive management. Please. It's putting you in worse and worse situations. I honestly don't even think this is the greatest use of the meter, but it's okay. That puts you in a bad enough situation, not like you have very many options here. Yeah, not much you could do here. Which kick move? Hey, your thing is 5 frames, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow. It's a full framer. Tragic as tragic as it may be, you also got to keep in mind that some of jury's stock charges is -5. This one's -4 though. So you can get the stand light kick punish. That is something to keep in mind as well. Yo, this app, what's good, bro? Jab. Here, if you're in a scramble situation, and you don't even necessarily need to know the side, right? It's technically not a thing, right? At the very least, you can survive just a second, just a tad bit longer, right? Now your opponent gonna try to do some scraggly or whatever have you, woody woo. But at the very least, if you don't know what side you're going on and you're in a scramble situation, granted, I think Jab would have won in this instance anyway. But if you're in a scramble situation, you can pop this, right? Especially because it's slow anyway, so might as well take advantage of it. You have options to take advantage of this situation. Now, granted, the moment you burnt yourself out, you put yourself at about an 80% chance you're gonna lose. Because that's how important drive gauge management is in this game, that if you do not have that on deck, you could have near 70%, they could have less than 10, but if you're in burnout and they have full bars or at least 4 bars, you're cooked. Definitely other use regular amnesia for sure, right? Especially if you don't have access to other options. Since it's a down input, it makes it easier to avoid cross-ups. The moment you spent that last bit of drive gauge to put yourself in burnout, it was cooked. Anyways, is there anyone who would like to have a if anyone's interested in a session, please feel free to put your CFNs in the chat. I am here to help. Let's play Bigger Coombs. Let's mess around with the Coombs. Using all your options, even if it comes across as slightly unconventional. Of course. Always here to help us. Even if the answer comes off as a little bit unconventional, that's perfectly okay. Nice. Dead. Oh. Oh, I got caught. Oh, man. A lot of this game is taking advantage of your opponent's steps. Yeah, I just want to press standing heavy kick. Nice. Damn. Wow, look at that. Pretty solid, actually. All right. This is the riveting gameplay that Street Fighter affords us, huh? This is the riveting gameplay that Street Fighter affords us. You know what I mean? Like nothing like walking back, walking forward. Yeah, man. Yeah. Walking back, walking forward. Yeah. There's nothing, you know, nothing I'd like to spend my time doing than walking back and forward. Nothing like walking back and forward, huh? Nothing like walking back and forward to really get the juices flowing. You know what I mean? No wave dash, no nothing. Just like, yeah, 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 man, yeah, yeah. That's a good. Ooh. You keep walking back. Nice. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, ow. Interesting choice. Brother, I can't hit. I can't hit. I made me dash. Oh no, God forbid I dash. It made me dash. Oh no. This is the game, man. Yo. I can't hit combos, so it's on me. Smile, cause oh no. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm dead. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Wait, hold on, guys. I think I found the truth. Yeah. 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 Nothing like, nothing like walk back, walk forward to really get the juices flowing. You feel me? Nothing like walk back, walk forward to get your juices really flowing, huh? Nothing like walking back, walking forward to really get the juices flowing, huh? Nothing like walking back and forward to really get the, Oh, that's not good. Oh no, I press. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, brother. You think I'm a bot? Oh, I'm bot like. You know what I mean? I'm bot like, but I'm not. I'm not a full bot. You feel me? So what happens when we start doing all of this? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? What happens? What happens? Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Oh no! Woo. So what happens here, brother? What happens here? Don't I feel special, huh? Oh. Oh, it's party time, baby! It's party time. It's party time, baby! Because we walk it out and we keep walking. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. All right, man. Cross block on that situation, huh? Nice. Cause nothing says true foot season fundamentals like walking it out. I'm dead. Smile. He's gonna do it to me? Oh no, I got that bait. That sucks. I got double P'd, boys. Oh man. Nothing like walking back and forward that really gets the juices going on. You gonna start jumping on me? No! I'm dead. I'm dead. Nice. Oh. Damn. I can't get a good jump to save my life, huh? This is what truly excites me about fighting games, you know? This right here. Woo. I'm dead. Kinda dead, don't lose your man walking back and forth. Hey man, listen, that's just the life that we lead. That's just the life we lead, man. Yeah. I walk back, yeah. I walk forward, yeah. The fact that you get that is a little... Yeah, I just got finished talking about drive management, but you know, it's just... I wonder why he keeps crouching. All right, can we kill? Yes, we killed. Burnout is a state of mind. You love to see it, man. Oh, nice. Oh, I got hit on the walk back. I can't play this kid. Akuma too weird. Akuma's definitely a weirder character, but hey, you know what I mean? Oh no, that's not good. I don't understand why you would press there. If you don't know why I'm doing this, I'm basically wasting time so my drive gauge comes back. Ow! No! It's unbelievably boring. Okay, I'm just gonna rush at him. I'm just gonna run at him. Ow. Ah, I was slow on the punish. Woo. 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 Why? Why a little match? Yeah, I didn't hit it. That's a shame. I didn't hit the DI. Please. Oh no, that's not good. I don't know why that would work. City of the Wolves! City of the Wolves! I. Oh. City of the Wolves, save me. Save me. By far the most boring gameplay I've seen, bro. This gameplay is so boring. This gameplay is so boring to me. We're just throwing fireballs and walking back and forth, trying to bait each other. Look, if I don't play, if I don't goad him into running to me, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like, quite literally. This is your king. Am I crashing out? Maybe, but you see what I mean? Like, the game don't actually. The game doesn't move. Oh no, I pressed the thing. Like, the game doesn't move. The game does not move. You see what I mean? Like, we're just playing the back and forth until someone bites. The game does not move. It doesn't move. You see what I mean? Like, we're just trading fireballs. Please, Lord, save me. We're just trying to avoid button drive rush. That's the whole thing we're trying to avoid right now. Like, look at this. We're just playing this. We're just playing this the entire time. By the way, I could have killed him. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is your king. This is your king. This is your king. Son, this is what I'm talking about, bro. You can't make this up, bro. Nice. He keeps walking back. He keeps walking back, so what we're gonna do is go for... Oh no. That's not me. Lack of arrow combos. It's just us walking back and forth the entire time. My brother, please. I can't believe that hit me. We're just going back and forth, bro. Like... We're quite literally just going back and forth the entire time, man. This is so boring. You see what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, bro. This is so boring. This is so boring to me. Truly. Like, if I wanted to play this way the whole time, this is nerve-wrackingly boring. Oh, I wrong strength, huh? Nice. Yeah, man. You realize I'm gonna stay away from you? Yep. It's unbelievably dry, bro. I guess. You see what's happening? Your legs, brother, your legs. Your legs. Stop walking back. Your legs, man. Your legs. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Please. Like, this is your champion. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is insane. Like, this is your champion, bro. This is your game. Oh no. That should kill, right? Okay, cool. I ain't gonna lie, like the largest part is that I'm not bomboing him. The forward heavy punch and then crouching heavy punch, I don't know the timing. That's the main part. Like, we're doing this. Like, I would love to ask this player, was this fun? Was this fun? I'm gonna shoot a fireball. Like, you would hard commit on the. Now we sit on the lead. I can't believe that. No way, bro. I want to do something. You see, the moment I play active, I want to do something. Brother. That was a weird one. Oh, wow. We're starting to develop the same brain here. Nice. I've never seen a fella get hit by DI so often, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, be for real, bro. Be honest, be for real. Like, my Akuma is absolutely terrible. No, you didn't move. You know, this is your champion. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This is your champion. Like, this is what it's come to, bro. Some might say, oh, you don't have to play this way. You sure? You sure? Like, some would ask, are you sure? Are you sure this is not how Capcom intended things to go? Oh no, I'm dead. Even though I checked it the last time. Let him get his 10 and then we're out. I think I might call it there too. This is so boring, bro. You delay tech everything. The whole time we're just playing this. When I play slow, you don't win. But I want to play, bro. I don't want to do this the entire time, bro. Like, this is lame. Like, this is not, it's fun, bro. That's my point. Like, eventually he will, but do I want to play that long of it? I get so bored, man. This is so boring. Like, this is it. The riveting gameplay of Street Fighter. Bro, what is we like? You see what I mean? Like, we're just bored, bro. Over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we have to do. Like, interactions. We're all just trying to avoid low forward drive rush. This is it. This is it. So, damn. You know, this is it. 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 Like, we just have to keep playing this over and over and over. All right. This is my last one. This is my last one. I can't do this. This is pain. This is it. This is it. This is it. Oh, just free me. God. Like, this is it. This is all it is. Oh no, I did it too slow. I did it slow. That's on me. This is it. This right here. This is all there is. This is all there is. Nope, no jab. Okay, cool. Oh. You know, I want some flavoring. This. Oh no. Oh no. Fortunately, I didn't lose too much health for doing that. I didn't want dash. Oh, he's locked in with the with the health lead. I will just push him. And great. All right, man. About. Oh my goodness. If you wonder why I'm like this, this is why I'm like this. All right, let's do a video. Let's do a video. Charge. Okay. Cool. Boom. That's actually a perfect ending to the thing right there. All right. We pop that. Boom. Okay, cool. All right. Here's what we're going to talk about today. Alrighty, so let's talk game here. So this is going to be a video about what I would change about Manon to make her slightly more stronger, right? Now, naturally, most people will gravitate towards the option of letting this have actual Oki. However, people would say that the character is broken now, yada, yada, yada. But all I'm saying, right, the only argument that I'll get there is the fact that if they keep that where the hit grab has Oki, but the command grab stays the same, I'm okay with that. Because that way, command grab resets neutral, while hit grab allows you the same amount of offense that most characters will get in this instance. Right? I'm also not going to mention something stupid like having low forward drive rush. However, one thing that I would change, at the very least, right, is this, like, every character in the game has like a decent drive rush, right? What I would say is that number one, they either need to allow her to go further or slightly faster. One or the other. It cannot be the fact that she sucks in both areas. That is what sucks immensely. Right? The other thing of notice is the fact that when it comes to her anti-fireball options, which obviously she should have one, right? It tends to be a little bit lackluster because if you don't time it right, you just get hit, and it's not really a great situation as a whole, right? Now, granted, we might be able to pull something off sometimes, and sometimes if you react well enough, you might even be able to get a PC EX spin off of it. But that's, it's neither here nor there. So activating the, having the spins anti-fireball properties activate a little bit earlier will naturally help this character a lot, right? Now, granted, I'm not on team she needs a spin in order to be good or whatever. Honestly, the option she has now to just dealing with the fireball and perfect parry and trying to go for a normal after the perfect parry or whatever have you, right? That's decent enough, right? At the very least, they can't shoot another fireball safely. When in Kuma's case, in other fireball people's cases, they actually can't press because afterwards it's actually PC afterwards, right? So that's a little bit better of a situation. I'm not really tripping about all of that. That's cool. Okay. One thing of note as well. Why is the crouch light kick negative? Please. I do not care if they make it like this where it's +1. On hit, this should be +1 or +2, whatever, right? It should not be the case that this button on hit is -1. Same thing with the situation before the halfway season 2 small patch that we had. Standing heavy kick was also negative as well, but we were just kind of getting away with it because no one really knew, right? But now it's actually a thing where we can kind of go for the standing light kick immediately afterwards, you know, and do our thing off of that, right? It's something to keep in mind. Crouching light kick should definitely be buffed in the area so far as it being +1 or +2. The other area that should receive some love is the fact that number one, this has no use. EX Command Grab has no use. You don't really use it. It currently, as it stands right now, does not have any value. Every Manon you see at all the higher levels, they just go for the command grab outright. Whatever need they have, they use M, H, L, whatever need they have, they just go for it outright. EX has serves no purpose. Now, one thing that I could suggest that most people would be a little bit against is if, you know what I mean, if we could slide past this using EX Fireball or EX Command Grab. Using EX Command Grab is good against fireballs and it can go through it. Now, I know a lot of people would be, oh my god, it's so broken, but they really think about the rest of the cast members. I need you to really think about the rest of the cast members, what they can do, what they can't do. Why can't a character like her be good? You know what I mean? Why can't she cook a little bit? Okay? Another thing that I would like changed, one thing that is slightly jarring, is the fact that this pushes you out so far, right? It pushes you out so far. So literally the only thing you can do afterwards is either be cheeky, right? Can't even get H command grab, which is your fastest command grab. So the only thing you can do here is either be cheeky with the M command grab or go for crouch jab into pressure, and then you can actually go into something, right? It kind of forces you into a situation because it pushes you so far back. It's not that great. And now I get, once again, people do not want to give Manon options because if more options mean more guessing, and people don't like guessing even though they play fighting games. Smile. So those are the types of things that I'm looking forward to. Now, if they do something where they add a new move, I would kind of hope that we kind of get a new special move, you know? Each character get a new special move. That would be kind of sick. But if we're operating off of the same normals and specials that we have currently, one other thing that I would like to have is have these buttons differ, okay? They're both currently 7 frames. That needs to change. One needs to be 6. Or even, nah, I ain't gonna say 5. 5 is wild. 5 is wild. I'll calm myself down. Crouching medium punch needs to be 6. I don't mind standing medium punch being 7. It's forward advancing. I don't really mind it being 7. But the whole point of this being 7 frames, I think this should be 6 frames. Also, this being standing medium kick being 10 frames is a little bit on the egregious side. I'm not going to lie to you. So being able to use this is far and few between because of how long it takes to start up. So generally, I'd say maybe even make this 8 frames. That way it's a little bit easier to use, a little bit easier to whiff punish with. Makes it overall a little bit of a better option, right? I think the target combo where it stands, I think it's pretty good. I think it should be where it's at. It does exactly what you need it to do. It forces your opponent to guess off of the situation. Granted, most people don't like necessarily going for it, but you know, it does what it needs to do. Stand jab is great. Crouching medium punch, crouching medium kick is one of the best crouching medium kicks that are non-driver rushable in the game. One of the best ones. Just because of the pushback and it auto spaces you out, right? It forces your opponent to kind of either A, try to press into you, in which you can kind of hit them for it in this space, right? Or they just try to push back. And if they keep trying to walk back, we can slowly but surely push them towards the corner, right? Put them in a situation that's super uncomfortable, and so on and so forth. On top of which is a low. Now, granted, there's not too many situations here where you can really take advantage of it. But at the very least, drive rush low into back heavy punch is a good setup to have on deck as well. I wouldn't mess with any of the metals. I wouldn't mess with any of the damage. But all I ask is please, okay? When it comes to these metals, please stop forcing us to wake up supers. Please stop buffing how much the metals affect the super gauge you gain. Please disconnect this. Okay? I get it, like, oh, you have 5, you get half a bar of meter. Oh my gosh, like that's so cool. You know, like I'm down on drive gauge, and you know I hit a nice cozy 5 bomb, which means I get a big chunk of drive gauge. Oh my gosh, right? Look at it. Look at how much drive gauge, super gauge I just gained. I got half a bar. Oh my gosh, brother, it doesn't help me. It doesn't help me unless I'm hitting this when I wake up, in which people have labbed combos. We are the people like, oh, let me do some extravagant, unnecessary combo. This is the level 2 to do it on. The other thing, this might be controversial, but the other thing I would like is if I have level 3, I am here. Give me level 1. Give me frame 0. Stop all that nonsense, bro. Give me frame 0. What do I mean by frame 0? If you get caught here, if you see her do this, you're cooked. None of this. Oh, I can jump afterwards. None of that. Shut it down. Okay? Shut it down. If you see her face go wah wah wah, if you see this, it's up. If you see this, it's up. The moment you see this and you're on the ground and not in the air already, it's up. I don't want any more of this. Oh, you know, if you see this face right here, you see this? It's GG's. Okay? See this? It's GG's. I don't want any more part of it. Now, one last thing that I'll slide in there in before I close out this video is the fact overall, I like her buttons. I like what she does, but overall, she needs just small quality of life changes that will make her a little bit better, right? And also, I believe this should be a little bit, you know, I think it should be safe. Characters like Cammy have a standing heavy kick that's like completely safe. You know what I mean? They have long reaching normals. So like if this could be safe as well, right? I would prefer that. And also EX spin kick should not be this negative. I would even say this EX spin kick should be -5, and then normal spin kick would be safe on block, you know what I mean? Or maybe even -6 on the EX. But it being full combo punishable, come on, bro, be for real. Okay, we already got this super punishable. Like let's have some options. If they see us and scout us and they DI us, cool. We gotta hold that for the rest of our days. You know what I mean? We gotta hold all of that. But outside of that, I would really prefer having these things on deck. This being improved upon, just insofar as it not being negative. This adding value to this however you can, right? Giving us actual Oki off of this knockdown will make this character so much immensely better. I'm not saying keep the command grab distance the same, but at the very least, give the hit grab, right? We shouldn't ideally have to like hard commit and chase in order to get some sort of pressure, right? We've already spent the meter trying to do this, right? We've already spent the meter going for all of that, so we should get something out of it. You feel me? But with that said, what type of changes do you want from Anon in season 3? Comment down below. With that being said, I'm out. Peace. Chat, what's your thoughts? Thoughts. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put that Able Sisters on, man. Because at the end of the day, characters like these, man, oh, they just get me tired, to be honest. Because, you know, like, even if, on the hypothetical, even if I decide to not go for, even if I play a character that's like more aggressive like Cammy, like it's all the same joint, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Whoa, that is huge. Whoa. 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 We here? Boom. Yo, I gotta clean up my thing at some point, bro. But yeah, it just feels like, you know, we's playing that game where we're trying to bait out each other's button. You know? We're gonna be throwing buttons at each other, but walking back and forth at that range, try to force something out. The entire time, pressing stand like kicks, pressing jab, just to interrupt the starting frames of the larger buttons. We're pressing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yo, it makes you tired, bro. Why are you wearing a bonnet? To protect the hair I don't have. That's why. Okay? That's why. It's also how I start disturbing the peace that is here. Listen, that's all it's here for. At least you got dreams. Listen. Do I have dreams? I might. But it's not on SF6 though. With that said, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like this game can be very tiring. You know what I mean? We're poking at each other the whole time, bro. Like, for me, it's like, let's get active. Yo, appreciate that. Who gave me the love? Can't see that. Restream the IO gotta do a better job. Hey, Ghost, appreciate the follow, broski. I ain't gonna lie. This game, I'm sorry, bro. I need a change, man. I need a change, bro. I want to move. You know what I mean? I want to move. I don't want to walk back and forth the entire time, bro. You think it's cool? Walk back, walk forward. Oh, I'm at a safe distance. Let me throw a fireball, walk forward on it. Drive rush on it. All right, cool. Let me walk back, walk forward, walk back. Crouch, walk forward, walk back. Did you try and drive rush just now? Alright. Punish. You gonna keep trying to DI? Get punished. You just walk. The entire time, you just walk. I don't wanna walk. Does that sound scrubby? Sure. But I don't wanna walk. What am I supposed to do with that? You know? Let's get active. Let's do something. You know what I mean? I love City of the Wolves because it decentralizes sitting there. You want to sit there and throw fireballs? Alright, cool. I'm not try and chase you, bro. JD, let me get my health back, brother. Appreciate you. Then you're like, oh shoot, he's just JD in my fireball. I gotta get active. Or at least play in that range. To look like I'm getting active. That somebody actually get active. Ghost, are you still trying to... Wait, so you used to stand light kick as your approach to your opponent? Let's talk about it. So the reason why people use options like stand light kick on approach is that your opponent is going to look to try and check you with one of their buttons, right? The whole point of this is to kind of interrupt them in before the button starts, right? And even if you're out of range, it's a decent way to punish it and in a quick way, right? So if you want to check them for trying to walk in on you, this is why you see them walk forward and press a jab, because it checks them. Almost blitz over short hops. Are you using Revlo? Or not Revlo. Are you using the rev button to short hop? Because I don't know anyone who's not using it. Right? So what you want to do is use that button to interrupt their startup of their bigger button. Right? This also works for the mediums as well. Right? Because it's faster than the mediums. So we can use it as a means to interrupt the... Right? It's a means to interrupt what they like to do. If hit, then what should we do? Now, depends on the route. It would come from situation to situation. But if you have the meter to do so, then you can also you can decide. If you have the meter to do so, you can drive rush, right? Put them in a situation where they either have to guess or get a knockdown situation. Right? Sometimes a simple knockdown situation is more than enough. Right? Then make them guess. You get the hit off the button. If you can hit confirm it, go for it. If not, then you might want to try drive rushing. If you don't have the meter to drive rush, but you still want to check them, it's perfectly okay to do nothing off of it. What it does show is that your opponent can't just press all willy-nilly with their buttons and such. Right? That is what you're trying to teach your opponent not to do. Right? Because they realize, oh shoot, I'm being interrupted. When I keep trying to press this button, I keep getting interrupted. That's what they're noticing. So if we're to do this on a consistent basis, now they're like, oh, okay, you know what? He's just trying to walk up jab the entire time. So I'm either A, going to try and preempt, or B, I'm just going to walk away from the situation, or C, try to press the one of my own. So then when we get to C, we wait for him to press something and try our luck on trying to press on it ourselves. We're talking about A, where he disengages, we can just take more space doing so. Right? It can also make it patience, yeah. Especially if you have buttons that'll push them to the corner, right? Buttons that push them to the corner plus do decent chip, it's gonna keep them wanting to press back, right? Eventually they're gonna want to press back because they can't keep eating all this chip. Plus, if they block it and they're like, you know what? I'm tired of your nonsense, brother. Puts them in a situation where they can get hit. And if they get hit and you're ready for it, boom. Right? What I like to do is slightly walk back and forward. Right? More walking back and forward. Right? It'll get you the value you need. Obviously, my situation is a little bit better than most, right? Also, this comes with no surprise, but this also works if they try to go for larger buttons, especially when it comes to your 5 frames, right? See what I mean? They have to be wise about the buttons they're pressing afterwards. Now this, not necessarily for obvious reasons, not necessarily the best of situations, because then they start thinking, I can just press any way I want to. Then they get hit, right? Then they just get hit. I guess it's safer than rushing in unless they want to keep walking back. If they want to keep walking back and hopefully you whiff and then they get the punish, right? Then you simply just safely walk forward and take space. If they get close to you, then you might want to try and check them with something, right? That's how you're gonna take care of. That's why you'll see them walk up. Well, the characters with good jabs. That's why you see. That's why you see Cammy do this a lot, right? That's why you see Punk do it a lot. Imagine if you could do that. This is how you're gonna take advantage of your opponent. But yeah, I gotta put up that video. Unfortunately, my stand light punch is 7 frames. Agent, are you? Well, you're not playing. Isn't Luke's? I swear Luke's is 5 frames. Yeah, don't do the 5 frames. Oh, stand jab. Oh, you mean stand jab. I see, I see. Yeah, and if forward moves, it's not the greatest. But you can still use this option. Right? You could also use this option as well. Standing medium kick is a decent option. Right? See Noah walk up like this. This is how you take advantage of this, right? Using stand light kick here, more than likely you'll be using stand light, but I think we've already gone over that, how to effectively use that option. Right? Obviously you can always go for this option as well, right? Crouch jab is a decent option. It has a pretty good range as well. Honestly, he has pretty good runs, which is why he's so strong, right? This is how you control the game. Can you do that? Nah, that sweep sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Give that man a hug. But that's how you abuse lights, right? I don't really want to play the game again. But anyways, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I gotta put out this video and everything like that. But anyways, appreciate y'all for hanging with me though. Appreciate it as per usual. With that said, probably gonna head on out with some love in my heart too. Yeah. Appreciate the stream as per always. Don't think I can stream tomorrow just because the fiance got some things she gotta iron out with me, so we're gonna be busy. But with that being said, appreciate you guys as always. Wait, why is my game closing?